He's back. Fox 56 News Chief Medical Contributor Dr. Ryan Stanton with us in studio.
This segment, he's focusing on a bad trend when it comes to prescribing patients.
Yeah, there is a trend that's going on out there in which we're kind of opening up things as a satisfaction medicine business, and that's never the right thing to do. Medicine isn't about satisfaction. It's about what you need based on what you have. So let's talk about it. A new study was just released in the Annals of Internal Medicine reviewing the patient visits of over 22 million urgent treatment care visits from 2018 to 2022, finding significant use of inappropriate prescribing practices across the estimated 14,000 UTCs in the United States. The most common inappropriate prescriptions were antibiotics, opioids, and steroids, all of which have significant potential risk when used in cases in which they're not indicated. In fact, around 1 in 8 patients going to a UTC will get a prescription for an antibiotic, commonly for upper respiratory infections and viral syndromes. Here are a couple of reasons that urgent treatment centers and walk-in clinics are prone to prescribing outside the indications and standards of care. First is that many UTCs and walk-in clinics are based on a patient satisfaction business model that promotes prescribing based on patient wishes, demands, and expectations, not the indications for science. Unfortunately, this means countless prescriptions that come with the risk and no benefits, all in the name of making people happy. The other is that these settings have practitioners with various levels of education and expertise, meaning they don't necessarily have the background in some cases to really focus on evidence-based medical practice. I personally knew an emergency physician that once worked at one of these settings but left because the demands for writing prescriptions and antibiotics to make people happy were above and beyond. In the end, medicine isn't about satisfaction, it's about science, evidence, and what is best for the patient in front of us. A couple of tips for consumers that you may want to take on. First, don't demand or ask for a specific treatment. Let the science and evidence guide the management. Also, don't get upset if you don't get an antibiotic for that cold. Finally, know the setting in which you're going. Each level of medicine has an important role in our system, which also means the expertise, skills, and appropriate levels for your needs. So understanding that these centers play an important piece in our healthcare system, but also the expectations, but go in there for what is best for you, not necessarily what you think you need or for something that's going to make you happy.
Part of the problem is, Doc, it seems to me, is that we are an instant gratification society. People want things fixed and fixed quickly.
Well, and this is the timing of this is very interesting because we just talked about last segment about this huge spike in viral syndromes we're seeing. A lot of folks turning to urgent treatment centers and walk-in clinics, getting those antibiotics. Really what you're looking for is to help your symptoms and to feel better, not necessarily something that you think is helping, but honestly is just there introducing risk to you and your health.
Hey,
Well, yeah.
I didn't go to medical school, so
You always
I'll leave it to the doctors.
I do know that.
It's the way to do it. That's the way to let the science come up with the plan.
I've been guilty of what he's talking about, though. I want a prescription, and I want it now. And when I don't get it, I'm bummed out.
I'll write you a prescription for Tylenol. It'll work out great.
How about a prescription for patients?
Yes,
I can
no,
use
that will
that
work.
too.
I don't have a pad that big.
Thank you, Doc.
The burns. All right, we'll be right back with the final hour after the break.
And nobody can understand your...
You're watching Fox 56 News. Our home, your news.